What's up, guys? You've got PKS Young Lattery here, and today we're going to be going over the. Oh, hold on. That's like an extra for later. Today we're going to be going over the highlight games for the Bear vs. Bull Week 3 Pokemon Draft League. Now, I was about 10 minutes into this video recording already, and then the file corrupted, which sucks. I had to like update OBS. So I'm going to try and speed run my team preview analysis a little bit because I was really breaking it down a lot. But just generally, the teacup, from my perspective, I picked my game, by the way, and the reason I picked it was because this is one of those games where the outcome doesn't tell the full story. Like, it was a lot closer than it appeared on paper, and you'll see that. But teacup, completely unguardable. Its dual stab hits everything on his team, either super effective or neutrally. The Slowking, just fat pivot, good into like things like Finny, obviously, and Latios, and anything that wants to fire off a special attack. Had I known he was going to bring the Snowflake and spam Freeze Dry with it, I probably would have teched on Scald just to help with that. Weavile, very difficult for him to switch into as well, except for the Arcanine. I don't remember if I run Clear Amulet. I don't think so though. But mainly here just to like, in conjunction with the Slowking, deal with the Latios. Switch into it, figure out what it is. If he is locked into a Psychic move, I can go Weavile. Dragapult, I think it specs. It's strong, but it isn't consequence-free Dracos or Shadow Balls because there's a Finny and there's a Kamala, so gotta meet some conditions before that thing can clean. Rotom, no ground type. Enough said, Volt Switch is free. Iron Valiant, similarly to Dragapult, well, actually, it's a little bit better than Pult. This is going to function more as like a mid-game breaker, and then Dragapult will probably be more of like a cleaner type based on the nature of the matchup. From his perspective, Lycanroc is extremely scary. Crunch hits literally, well, Crunch plus Rock move hits these four super hard. The only thing that resists is Val, and Val doesn't really want to come in on attacks because it's so frail. So super dangerous Pokemon. Finny, pretty dangerous. I think I have some sort of tech for the Calm Mind IDEF set. I don't remember what it was though. Snowflake, annoying as hell, very hard to break. Lottie, super strong, fast. Arcanine, good defensive pivot. This is Zemon, by the way, and then Kamala is just like a good utility Pokemon. Let's get into it. Let me turn this volume off. Okay, so he leads Lottie. Whenever somebody leads with a Pokemon like Lottie, you're inclined to think Scarf. It's not always the case, but it makes sense. So, okay, Psyshock, and then I go Weave. And now, based on this next turn, I didn't have Pursuit on this set. I probably should have. But based on that and the damage it was doing to Slowking, I can tell this is a choice Scarf. Latios, which makes a lot of sense. I've got two strong, fast Pokemon myself that don't appreciate Psyshock or Luster Purge, so it was a good bring on his end. He goes into the Finny on my Valiant's Moonblast, which once this Finny is chipped down enough, I forget, there was some move that I wanted to click there, but I didn't click it because I didn't want to lose my Val. But yeah, here I'm pretty sure I just chill out for momentum. And then, yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Volt Switch is just super free. Like, yeah, it's not going to do a whole lot to Lottie, but I can go into things that, like the Slowking, for example, just eat the hit every single time. And then get out of there. See what he locks himself into, deal with it accordingly. And again, Weavile is the answer. I probably should have played off of like some kind of double, knowing he has to literally switch. Because he's choice, right? And Weavile is the obvious switch, and I probably should have switched in something that deals with like Arc / Finny better. Maybe Rotom would have been a good double, but I decided to play it safe and just click Axel. Flare Blitz into my Dragapult, resisted hit, and then I probably just U-turn here, not wanting to commit. Oh no, I Drake. Wow, I just full sent there. This matchup happened like a week and a half ago, so I kind of forget like every turn. But you can see it's one of those like slow information gathering, whittling down of things to try and clean later. He mystical fires on turn 17, probably expecting what? Hold on. So he goes Lottie. Maybe he was anticipating like Sinistra to hard switch in or something like that. I don't know. But I have heat proof anyways on that guy. Probably shouldn't have done that. I kind of thought Moonblast was going to kill despite the special attack drop, but I kind of overestimated Valiant there. Rapid spin. There was nothing on his side of the field, so I guess he just wanted to get the speed up for some reason. I'm just stay clicking strength up. I think I get crit twice, which sucks. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I said that the outcome didn't fully reflect the nature of the match, because this Pokemon is actually super scary. Like, yeah, it's not doing a whole lot to Slowking, but if he freezes me, that shit would be really annoying. Like, at that point, I'd be forced to try to, like, PP stall his freeze dries by, like, pivoting around. Luckily, it doesn't happen, though. This thing's a nightmare to switch into. I just go Rotom. As he Trailblazes. I'm not sure why he switched there. Maybe he just didn't want to risk a miss, and he knew that Trailblaze wasn't gonna kill. So that's probably why. But now my Weavile's on a timer. Like, you see, like, he made this match annoying, like very annoying. Pivot back out, go into Val. At this point, Val will kill Finny. He goes into Lottie to force me out. The Slowking really is doing, like, work here. Just by coming in, eating the hits, and getting the momentum. It's such a good Pokemon in certain matchups. Like, if you're going up against, like, you know, strong dark types with Pursuit, it's not the best. I'd probably rather have, like, Mola for that, but this is good in its own right, because it can also set, you know, Future Sight, Chilly out, pair it with a strong fighting move like CC, and then it just starts nuking shit. But yeah. Oh, he just decides to sack the Lottie. At this point, I don't really know how he could have won this game, unless maybe he... I'm assuming this is SD Trailblaze, but I don't know what it sets up on is the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure all my Pokemon threaten it reasonably. Bloom Doom, that was a good tech to hit the Rotom. I kind of expected that. I was willing to let the Weavile go down at that point, considering the Lottie was dead. I no longer needed the Psychic Immune. And now that the Komala and the Finny are down, it's just kind of like Shadow Ball City from here, like Spec Shadow Ball cleans. Which is what I was going for. But, yeah, this ended up being a 5-0, but it didn't feel like a 5-0, if that makes any sense. Like, when I was playing it, it felt harder than it looked. Just because of, like, the freeze chance was scary. This thing is scary if it hits, but he didn't want to risk the Stone Edge, I think, on the Rotom. But he totally could have... I think he could have killed Rotom from the percentage it was at. Lottie, scary, yeah. It was just... He had a lot of, like, strong Pokemon, basically. And stuff that made it so that Pult couldn't just have its way right off the rip. So GG's to Alan. Next... Okay, so this is Dylan and Kenny over in Wolf. I watched this one live. I don't remember exactly what happens, but let's do a quick little breakdown here. So Mega Alakazam, Great Tusk, Meowscarada, Rotom Wash, Nihilego, and Munchlax, the little goat, versus Celesteela, Jirachi, again, there's a Kamala, because this is like Kamala's getting featured like crazy this week. Slow King, Dragapult, and Gallade. So both teams, let's see. Let's try and let's start with Alakazam. So normally this thing breaks, like it's super fast, super strong. I don't know what coverage it gets for Steel. I mean, it can hit this with Shadow Ball, obviously. I don't know what it gets for Celesteela. Shadow Ball, Psychic. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's something that could clean late game, but my only thing is I don't remember what coverage it could get for Celesteela, so it's not like an auto win button. Great Tusk. I mean, Great Tusk can be so versatile as well. You can run like spin bulk up. You can run like fucking rapid spin 3 attack. You can run choice band, choice scarf. You can run it in the sun for like boosted. Not that he has a sun team, but you know what I'm saying. Just a really versatile, overpowered ground type. Pair it with Meowscarada, which again super versatile with its ability. It's kind of like Libero. I forget its name. Is it actually Libero? Protean, yeah. Rotom Wash, again, no ground type. Rotom just has its way with the Switch initiative. Nihilego is one of those mons that can just kind of snowball. I think it'll have a little bit of a difficult time doing that in this match until Jirachi is chipped down because it doesn't get Earth Power. I've been saying this since Gen 7. If this thing ever gets Earth Power, it's going to be like OU overnight because it's strong and it's reasonably fast, but it just doesn't have the coverage to hit steel types. Munchlax, yeah, it's Munchlax. I don't know what to say, man. You're the GOAT for bringing it. Celesteela, I mean, that helps with dealing with things like the Meow, things like the Great Tusk. Jirachi, he opted to pick to bring 2 steel types, which, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, when your main guy is Zam, it makes sense. Although, like I said, Shadow Ball is something to consider, but pair with the Komala. Slow King, similar to G King, Galar, just slow pivots out, sets future sights. Pairs really well with Gallade. Dylan doesn't have any ghosts on his side, so switching into, like, for example, if you'd want to go like your dark type, like he sets future sight, he goes Meowscarada, he chilies out into this. If that's like Scarf or whatever, like this is just gonna die to CC. So I don't know. I forget what happens. I'm so sorry. That's so loud. Hold on. Yeah, we're just gonna dive into it. So he leads off with Rotom, which makes a lot of sense because there's no ground on the opposite side. Wait, hang on. Let me restart because that scared the shit out of me. I don't know what's going on. Oh no, so he starts with Nihilego. And then he goes into Rotom. Okay, so this is a leech, sub-leech set. Wow, that's definitely got like Spadef Invest. He goes this, probably for just the Magic Guard, so the Leech Seed is... Oh, nice. That's a nice little tech. So now he's kind of forced to switch, right? Shadow Ball, okay. Good switch on Kenny's part to force in the Tusk. He doubles back into Steela. I don't know if it has Air Slash, but he's definitely going to scout for it. Giga Drain, ooh, nice. Nice coverage for the Rotom. I thought, honestly, I expected him to go back into the Zam. Pain Split, nice. Okay, so the full set's been revealed. It's Leech, Protect, Giga, and Heavy Slam. It is paralyzed now, so it's going to be slower than basically the entirety of Dylan's team. Barring maybe Munchlax. I don't know how slow this 13 is crazy. Okay, so he goes... Yeah, he doubles back out. Going hard Pult on Alakazam is actually fucking nuts. Hold on. Is that what just happened? I'm sorry, I'm trying to like... see what's going on here. So he volt switches out into Alakazam. Okay. And then Dylan doubles out into the Rotom Wash, trying to catch, I don't know what, maybe Kamala or something. But he goes Pult instead on Zam, which is fucking crazy to me. Okay. Oh, wow. Cool tech. Sleep Talk Last Resort. Very nice. Great Tusk. That's like a big deal. Like, this thing is really bulky. Goes for the chip on Slowking. It's red card. Red card, Trick Room. Nice. Oh, that's actually nasty, dude. It's Trick Room with Last Resort fucking Kamala. That's really cool. That's a cool tech. And it's also, I love it because it takes advantage of the fact that he's got no ghost type. Like, I did something similar to this last season, where I realized my opponent didn't have a flying type, so I just Trick Room CB Golem and like clicked Earthquake a million times. This is nasty, dude. Kenny's having a hard time. I've never played with him before, but I feel like Richard has been telling me, yeah, he's a good player, but he's having a rough season. I don't think he's won a game yet. But that is a cool tech. So, okay, Dylan kills Gallade. He goes into... Damn, dude. You know you're down bad when you go Slowking on something that has Shadow Ball. Dylan, like, despite the cool tech, I would say Dylan definitely has control. That's the issue with Trick Room, is like, it's so limited on the turns. And with these hazards up, it's not like the Kamala can just like infinitely switch in. Although it is nice with the ability to not have to worry about the poison. Does this thing have Protect on it? Oh, it's just slower. Munchlax. That's crazy. Let's go. Oh my god, he's gonna para flinch. Oh, he can't para flinch anymore, obviously, because the Trick Room's gone, but... Okay, free Volt Switch. That puts this thing in range of basically any attack at this point. We don't know what the Jirachi is yet. If it's Choice Scarf, I don't know. He could maybe flinch the Rotom like a million times to win. Dragapult. Wait, how did this thing get a special attack raise? Hello? Hold on, I'm sorry. I have to go back. Oh, it copied Beast Boost. I get it. Okay, so that's Scarf Bolt, right? Good bring, good bring. Knock off to finally kill this nightmare. But this is Scarf Bolt, so yeah. Okay, Jirachi goes down. And then just darts. Okay. I feel like... Wait, why'd he... Oh yeah, I just died to poison, obviously, at that point, but I feel like there was something that he could have maybe done. I'm trying to figure out if there was any way Kenny could have played this different. No, not really. I mean, it's not like you can switch here. Yeah, I think he was just fucked. Yeah, good shit to Dylan. Next game. Oh my god, I don't even want to do this one, man. This ended up being 105 turns. Because Jared doesn't know what the move Crunch is. This is my boy Jared versus Steven. Fuck. I mean, it's a good game. It's just like, alright, whatever. We're going to do it. We're just going to do it live. I'm not even going to bother with the team preview. Okay, so he leads Pult. It's Specs. Wait, has every game had Pult in it? It has, right? That's crazy. Every single game has had Pult in it. Yeah, no, lead spec Shadow Ball is like makes sense into this. It's not like he has a normal type, but he did bring Spidef Corv, which was a good call on his part. Heat Wave, Iron Head. Okay, they're just kind of feeling each other out, gathering information. This Quillfish ends up being completely instrumental. It does more work than like anything, honestly. Because, yeah, that's why. You taunt so the thing can't defog. It breaks any potential sashes, like Blaziken is a Pokemon that like oftentimes will run a Focus Sash. This one happens to be leftovers, but yeah. Sub. Okay, so he hard switches to Pult, which sucks for Steven because Infiltrator is likely, and this is still faster. So, yeah, he Drakes. Damn, that did nothing. Probably back into the back. He wants to keep these spikes up. I'm actually gonna put this on like hyper fast because this is like a long. Oh, maybe hyper fast is a little too fast. I'll put it on fast. It's just a lot of like keeping spikes up and getting momentum. Burn on Corviknight is actually huge because it mitigates the leftovers. If at any point this thing gets knocked, that means it's like on a legitimate timer. And I think it does end up getting knocked at one point. So okay, nice. He just goes for raw EQ as Jared goes for Bar Barrage. This Overquill, wow. Yeah, no, this Overquill is definitely the MVP of this game. Jared picks Torn as a sack, which I respect. Honestly, I think Torn was way less important than Overquill. Intimidate is still so good into this. Keeping Spike up and taunting, being able to taunt the defog is so good. Had he actually had Crunch, it would have been even more valuable into Decidueye plus G-King. Yeah, Specs Pult kills that thing, and then Tang, natural switch into this, totally walls. Unless he has like bounce, which clearly he didn't if he's hard switching. But even if he had bounce, if that's helmet, he takes helmet chip twice at least, right? Because one bounce isn't killing, plus Giga Drain. So I think Tang would have been fine there regardless. This is just more of the same. You're gonna see this same cycle repeated over and over again of just like taunting the defog, and then like when Corvi comes in on a free turn, going hard Quill to maintain. Yeah, like this, like making sure that he can maintain the spikes. And this happens so many times. It's kind of one of those things where like Jared does have ways to hit like everything, but there's not like a safe switch in, so he doesn't want to, like, he's playing super patient, and I don't blame him, but what I do blame him for is not bringing Crunch, because if he brought Crunch in, we're 32 turns in, right? This match should be over right now. Like, this match should be fucking over right now, but it's not. It goes for so many more turns, simply because this thing had Pain Split instead of Crunch. And I'm pretty sure this, yeah. He tried a T-Wave, right? Yeah, I tried a T-Wave. And then he stops even giving a shit about trying to defog. He just starts U-turning for the free momentum, I think, right? Yeah, and I don't blame him for that either. Oh, it's not even boots. All right. But yeah, dude, it's just super annoying. I am gonna put it on hyper fast at this point because we're gonna be here all night otherwise. I'll try to commentate on like the important turns when they happen. Yeah, okay, that last one, switching the Pult out on the Decidueye was smart because Shadow Sneak is an option, and he did end up having it. And you don't want to lose Pult because it's so good into like the G-King and this. And he's also forcing, okay, and this is another annoying thing. This thing having Roost makes it so he can't just passively win with the spikes. Like, at some point, Jared has to hit this thing, which sucks. Um, okay, right here, he scouts Sludge Bomb, which was smart. He burns his booster on Val, but he doesn't need the booster because he's naturally faster than like everything anyways. He lets him get the defog off. I think here he just, yeah, he was trying to get the knockoff on the Corviknight, which is smart because he wants the leftovers gone, which eventually it does end up happening, but right now it's just like Steven has no way to reliably put on pressure to Jared at all, but Jared has no safe way to end the game without making like an unnecessarily risky play. And there's the knock on the Corviknight, and that's like this game was already over, but it's like super over now because when Corviknight runs out of roost, it only has 3 left. It's just gonna die to burn gradually. And right here, okay, hold on, go back, right? Previous turn. He SDs, he goes hard Slowking on the SD. Jared has knockoff, but he doesn't click it because he's worried about Colbur, and it's smart because this thing is Colbur Berry, but this is more like what I'm talking about, like Jared has no way to safely end the game even though the match was over fucking 40 turns ago. You know what I mean? Like the only way Steven ever won this is if Jared choked. So it's just like one of those slow goobings. Yeah, man. There's not much else to say, honestly. Like even there's the SD, same play again. Like Jared can't risk the Colbur. But the knock and the poison end up being, yeah, and then he lets the Decidueye go down. He says GG at that point. Yeah, because he's just got this and Corviknight left, and Corviknight has 0 roosts. Okay, yeah, and then Jared, yeah, he doesn't let him. That's smart for differential. He just, at the end, he just goes Tang to let it kill itself on the helmet. Yeah, really, I like watching those slow methodical games, but only when it's like, I don't know, like that just felt unnecessary. Like if Crunch had been in play, that was like a 50 turn game maybe, probably less to be honest. But either way, good shit to Jared. I have one more replay that isn't a draft replay that I want to show you guys. It's something that I put in the draft chat because me and Logan were on the ladder trying to figure out ways to win with every starter Pokemon. And I won't show you the whole replay. I'll just show you like, oh my goodness, hold on. I'll just show you like the Squirtle putting in work because it's super funny. Okay, so I protect on the Zama, and then he attacks. I say, please don't hurt me, and then counter comes out, right? Kills the Zamazenta. They're suspect testing that thing, and that was cool enough, right? Because it's Squirtle. Even the opponent's digging it. He's like laughing about it. But the Aqua Jet damage, dude, that's crazy. It did how much? 52 to a Mega Diancie. This is a starter Pokemon. Squirtle's the GOAT. I'm gonna try and get this thing to like 1800 in my spare time. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Week 4 is currently underway, so we'll be back with more draft highlights in the near future. Thank you.